I haven't done a video on this, and this is something I just thought about, and I was like, I could talk about this. Okay, so a ways back, it wasn't that long ago, it was like a week ago, there was a sort of a week long demo of Action Game Maker. It's the new software from RPG Maker, people that make RPG Maker and Pixel Game Maker, which you've seen me use. Now, unfortunately, it's not cut from the same cloth as Pixel Game Maker. Pixel Game Maker is better, at least from a usability standpoint. And that's because Action Game Maker uses Godot as its basis. It's literally just a modified version of Godot. Can't believe I'm finally calling it that and not Godot, but yeah. Godot. It's a version of Godot that they've just modified and added in their own stuff. And I basically just wanted to make a little video giving my thoughts. It was disappointing. I got nothing done with it. Nothing was finished with it. Nothing was completed. I didn't make anything. I never figured it all out. The UI is horrendous. That was my main complaint. It wasn't intuitive and fun to use. Pixel Game Maker is intuitive and fun to use. Action Game Maker is not, and that's because it's cut from the same cloth as Godot, because it literally is Godot. And Godot is not fun to use. Godot is not fun or intuitive. It's very much made for, and that goes against the Maker series, RPG Maker and everything. All the RPG makers, I don't think RPG Maker Unite is all that easy to use. I haven't used it. I don't really actually know. But I know that every other RPG Maker that's ever come out, and even Pixel Game Maker itself, all have these UIs that are fun and intuitive. Action Game Maker is not cut from that same cloth. Action Game Maker is Godot. Therefore, it is made for technically minded people. It's not made for creative types. It's made for technically minded folks. Okay? And it's the UI's fault. The UI is absolute garbage. And this video is to Godot themselves as well, the folks that work on Godot. You need to do something about your UI. Your UI is horrendous. Your UI is not user friendly. Your UI is for technical people who are able to sit there and really take their time and figure out, or it's made in such a way that those kind of people are going to pick it up easily anyways. But for people like me who are just creative, that's it. We're not technical. Our brains are not comprehending the UI. I really didn't have a whole lot of issue with Pixel Game Maker. When I first started using Game Maker, I had a little trouble, but it didn't take me but a few days, and I was already creating shit. I was already figuring out how to tell things how to react. How I was very creative in coming up with things, and how to move a character, and how to interact with things. And it's because the UI was so user friendly. It is so intuitive. Intuitive is the key word. If something isn't intuitive enough, you're not going to get shit done. A week, it would have taken a month, not a week. It would have taken a month for me to probably get shit figured out and get something done. It is it's horrible. It's really horrible. And I'm pretty sure people are asking, well, what is horrible about it? It's the layout. It's where things are. Things aren't sorted. Things aren't where you can easily find them, and you can get lost really easy. Where is this at? Why can't I find this? I was just on this. Where is it now? Everything is so unified. They tried to unify everything because it's Godot. So I'm just going to talk about Godot. They tried to unify everything, right? In fact, while I'm sitting here talking, let's start up Godot, because I have Godot. I have it on my damn Nats. I have it in my library. I have Godot, actually. So let's get Godot up, and then I will That way I can show you what I'm talking about. There's no point in me sitting here saying things without being able to show you anything, right? So, uh, I hate Discord. It always pops this crap up. All right. So, I think this is it. Okay. All right. Where are you? All right. You're here in Godot while Godot is loading up. What is Godot doing? It's just sitting there. Godot's pretty slow. I'm not gonna lie. Godot is pretty freaking slow. All right. So okay. Okay, apparently we're restarting and upgrading. Jesus Christ. So it took me a while, and this is straight up Godot. This isn't Action Game Maker. I think one of my problems is the pricing. For something that isn't very intuitive or very fun to use, it's expensive. It's like $90. Are you kidding me? It was only like 70 something for Pixel Game Maker. But they want $90 for what is essentially a free engine that they just added some alterations, some minor alterations. So let's start off with the file system. This is one of my big problems right here is the file system. Instead of having folders, I would suggest having tabs for sections. So you would have a tab for image resources. You would have a tab for audio resources. And then you would have a tab for like I guess objects. Is that the right word? Maybe? Objects. We'll say objects. So you would have it separated up here, and then you would have subfolders. So under images, you would have like your animations. You would have resources for just whatever you're working on. For player assets, so on and so forth. So you would have folders, but you would also have tabs. That would help make it easier to keep things sorted. Another thing I would suggest is being able to find things more easily. In When I was using Action Game Maker, I would get lost and I was like, wait, how do I get back to this to where I can adjust this? I was just there. How do I get back to it? And it was so daunting just to get back to that one thing I was editing on because it would just disappear from sight. I didn't know what I was doing. I also struggle with the animation system. The animation, this is what I like to use. And they completely removed it from Action Game Maker. It's not usable. It's not there. So this is a different kind of animation thing. And you can tell it, this is just like Pixel Game Maker. That's why I'm so confused why they locked it out. Because with this animation, with animation frames and whatnot, animated sprite 2D, you can literally tell it each frame how long to stay on that frame. So 0, 1, 2, so 1.1, 1.1. And then you could put in gaps in between to tell it how long to stay on it. It's easier. So is that not the play button? Is that the play button? How the hell do you play? I can't even remember how to play anymore. I haven't used this in a while. God, why am I trying this? Oh, is it this? It's not this? What are you doing? Where the hell is it? Is it this? Wow, and I don't even know how to use it anymore. Anyhow, then there's animation player. This is the other way you're supposed to use it. It's okay. And actually, this is easier because when you're selecting them, there is no reset thing confusing the hell out of you. I don't know. it's I managed to get this done. So I guess that's something. But other than this, I struggled with Action Game Maker. I struggled with finding things because they try to cram a lot of stuff. They try to cram all on one centralized area instead of separating it out and sorting it to where you can, you can find it, but it's not like all in your face, making you feel overwhelmed. So, and to that degree, I don't find it intuitive. And that's the whole problem that I had with Action Game Maker is nothing was intuitive, and it wasn't. If it was more like, well, Pixel Game Maker, which I can actually go to that actually. Pixel Game Maker. We'll go ahead and launch that. Launch that. Come on. And it takes a bit. This video is going to be longer than I want just because it's hard to open things. Jesus. All right, so let's open this project right here. I hate this damn Discord crap. I don't know how to turn it off. I just know how to turn Discord off. So look at how everything is organized here. Let me hide my face for a bit if y'all don't mind. We're going to hide my face for a bit here. So this is Pixel Game Maker. Look at how everything is sorted. Like drawing out your map and everything is just, it's closer to RPG Maker, which is very user-friendly. It's very intuitive. So you can go through here and pick the different scenes and whatnot. It's all kind of separated and sorted. You have all these tabs up here. Here's your, tile sets, putting your tile sets together. It's all in such a way that you can find things. It's all separated to where it's easy to keep things sorted. If that makes sense to anybody. Here's all the animations. Here's all my animations. And it's easy to put together. It's easy to find everything. But instead of trying to rebuild the UI that's easy for you to do things with, that is intuitive and fun to use. This is fun to use. I love this. This is fun. I can actually do things with this. And I was hoping Action Game Maker would be just as easy and just as intuitive, just as easy to find everything. Everything's just laid out and separated. It's good. Action Game Maker didn't have it. And that's a shame, man. That's a shame. It's a real shame. So this video was basically me kind of harping on it and just giving my thoughts. It's not good. I'm pretty sure there's people who are able to figure it out, but there's people who aren't going to figure it out. I'm already frustrated with it. When I was using the software, I was on their Discord server expressing my frustration. I got nothing done with it. I had stuff done and figured out with Pixel Game Maker within like 3 days. I was already getting into it really good and figuring things out within like 3 days. It had been almost the entire week or so. It was almost up. There was like a few days left, and I got nothing done with Action Game Maker. I barely got animations going, and it was tedious. So if I were to give my thoughts on Action Game Maker, I would say don't buy it. I would say give it time, let it cook for a while, see if they fix up the UI. I don't know if they ever will. They seemed rather stubborn about it. Like they don't want to mess with it. They also talked about the budget it would take, the money, and it's not in the budget to change up the UI and make something friendlier. So I'm probably never going to use Action Game Maker ever. And it's a shame. I probably would overlook the $90 price tag if it was more user friendly and I could have gotten something done with it during the test period. It was not good. It was not fun. It was not enjoyable. I have got something going on with my sinuses. I swear to God. Oh, I know what it is. I had a dog in my face. That's what it was. A dog got in my face earlier. My sinuses are going crazy now. Yeah, he'll go running through pollen and stuff, and then he'll come up in here and he'll love on me and everything. And that's why I'm having sinus issues. So I got to get in there and take some allergy meds. Jesus. So yeah, I was hoping for better, but it feels, and I hate to throw this word out there about it. It felt lazy. It felt like, yeah, all we got to do is take Godot and throw in our little special features, and that'll be that, and that's all it'll need. To that end, I have to ask the developers, who's the software for? Is it for Godot users? Are you trying to get them to buy your software? Because I'm going to tell you right now, Godot users are just going to use Godot and whatever plugins they can find and whatnot. They're not going to pay $90. You're not appealing to them. The software needed to appeal to Pixel Game Maker users. Those are the ones you wanted to come aboard. That's who it should have been aimed at, who it should have been for. It shouldn't have been aimed at or for Godot users. Godot users are not going to dish out cash to use your software. You're trying to appeal to them, but that's no. I think the idea partly was to pull in a new audience, an extra new audience from Godot. Not going to happen. I'm telling you, it's not going to happen. Those technical folks, though, with the know-how and everything, are going to stick with regular Godot because it's free, and they're pretty. I guess they're much more intelligent than I am, because I think the UI and everything is garbage. It's not a good user interface. It's not good. Period. It's just not good. It's good if you're a technical person. If you're a creative person, you just want to dive in and start making things. It's not good. It's not fun. It's not exciting. Everything I felt when I first started using Pixel Game Maker was absent with Action Game Maker. I got into it just not thrilled, and it carried through, and I was hoping it would get better. The entire time I felt like, well, maybe I'll pick it up, as in start picking things up and understanding them. Didn't happen. After the whole period was over, I had nothing to show for it. After a week or so, I couldn't do anything with it because it just wasn't user friendly. It wasn't intuitive. Are they going to fix it and change it? I get the feeling they're not. Maybe they will, though. I think they want people to buy it, more people. If it's not friendly enough for a huge chunk of people, they're not making money off of people. So I don't know. But that's all I had to say about it. I wanted to talk about it a bit. It took 18 minutes to talk about it and whatnot. I wanted to like it. I wanted it to be great. In fact, when I first heard about Action Game Maker being in the works, in my head it was, oh yes, it's going to be just like Pixel Game Maker but better with more features. That's what I wanted. And it wasn't that. It was Godot with their little flowchart system, and it's not even the same flowchart system. You can't move the connected links anywhere around the box. I don't have it to show you, but you can't. It only comes out the left and right. It's so weird. How can you fail so disastrously? How does that happen? I don't know. They had it in their head to try and make things more professional like it. I'm like, well then who the hell is it for? It ain't for me. It ain't going to be for a lot of people, I think. I'm betting anything it's not selling that well. I haven't even tracked it. I haven't even looked on the store. Let's have a look see real quick. Get to the damn store. Action. Oh my god, it's 100 fuck. Oh my god. No, no, no. I got to show you this before I check out. It is $100 when you factor in taxes. Look at this shit. Some starter pack, $100 fucking. Are they high? Are they smoking something? What the hell? Oh no 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 no. I what? No. Fucking hell. What ooh, yeah. Mixed. The reviews. There's only 26 users. Holy crap. Yeah, so it's not working out well for them. Yeah, look at this. Mixed review. 69% of 26 users' reviews for this software are positive. 69% of only 26 users is positive. And it says mixed. Well, what does Pixel Game Maker say? Let's go to Pixel Game Maker. Oh, look at what the hell? Uh wait, is that Ein's old gold gal, I can't remember his name. From Overlord? What the hell is that doing there? Did they make a game with it? I don't That's weird. They made an Overlord game. Okay, whatever. But let's look at this. Mostly positive. 70, look at this. 71% of 504 user reviews for this software are positive. 504 user reviews. Of course, that's not how many people bought it. I didn't even think about that. That's how many people have left a review. That's not how many units have been sold. I don't think they show you what's been sold. But overall, when you look at this many reviews and 71%, and it says mostly positive, that tells you they did better with Pixel Game Maker. At least, onward. I had a review on here. Yeah, I changed it. The software is still, yeah. Yeah, I left my original review and put in a new review. My original review was not favorable because I did not have enough time to actually use it and learn it. But now that I have, I can say that it's pretty good. Good enough that I was able to clone and mimic a classic Mario game. It's not perfect though, not by a long shot. One issue is when I test play a game, the scrolling layers. Oh yeah, this was old. I need to redo this review actually. Now that I think about it, I'm going to redo it. I'm just going to say positive. I'm going to say great piece of software. Really came into its own. Really great. I I don't know. It sounds like I had similar issues with Pixel Game Makers I'm having with Action Game Maker. But I'm telling you from my memory, it only took me a few days to really get into it and want to use it. But just that difference. And then you go back to Action Game Maker and yeah, mixed review. 26 users have reviewed it and only 69% of 26. How many people is 69%? Oh, let's look down here. Let's look down here. Let's read these reviews. Where are the reviews? Ooh. Ooh, I am a professional Godot developer. Paid money to make things with Godot. And an in, interested hobbyist in game creation systems for kids and education. With all respect to the GGG team, Action Game Maker, shut the fuck up. I hate this. Shut up. Shut up. With all respect to the GGG team, Action Game Maker is not ready for the casual public. The core additions of the visual scripting and pre-coded game objects are functional, but very rough in the the UI UX. It is very clear this had the majority of the team's focus and not overall simplified game making tools UI UX. That's my issues with it. Hang on, I guess I can I zoom into this? Holy crap! You know what? copied. Let's open it up in up here. And the reason I'm doing this is because I can't read without zooming in. I need to zoom in. I don't have good eyesight, people. I have to zoom in. UI, it's very clear that this had the majority of the team's focus and not overall simplified game making tools, the UI, the UX, the user interface. If you are expecting a direct successor to Pixel Game Maker MV, AGM will not satisfy. It doesn't currently have the PGM UI UX for artists and non-technical users to smoothly bring in their own assets. The project management is still Godot-centric, with game objects and other assets all mixed together in a single file system panel, docked. If you are someone who hit Godot's GD script and bounced off, I still can't fully recommend AGM. GDevelop has a more robust and battle-tested visual programming language and is free on desktop. AGM Visual Script does nothing to further an understanding of GD script or the Godot APIs, as it is a totally different black boxed scripting system. Crater Crash's Orchestrator, available in the Godot Asset Library, would be a better choice if the issue is GD script code syntax. Currently, AGM falls into a very narrow demographic for people who are comfortable in a, quote, modern professional game editor UX, but need a state machine visual programming system with pre-coded game mechanics and behaviors. And neither GDevelop events or Game Maker language visual clicked. I am hopeful that GGG can and will improve AGM with better UI, UX, and GUI tools for artists. But to quote the Godot Improvement Proposal Questionnaire 3, can this proposal be implemented with an add-on? Yes, could have. I found nothing in during demo period prior to release that really needed core engine level modifications. A GDE extension add-on to Godot would have been sufficient. Wow. So I'm not alone on this. Let's see. I can't read it. It's Japanese. This person says it's good, but I don't know if I can trust it. Achieve 3D games are not currently possible to make. It's I don't know if I want to read this. My ADHD is kicking in big time and just reading this. Plus, he wrote this out better. This is all written out better and paragraphed better. This down here feels tons of crap crammed together. My ADHD is just kind of going nuts right now. Biggest issue IMO personally is the lack of GD extension support. Many more powerful plugins and workflows use GD extension, and without that, I feel AGM isn't ready for high-end game development. In total, I would describe this as the hybrid love child between the Maker series and Godot. How easy it is to use depends on your experience with game dev. If you have experience using RPG Maker, Pixel Game Maker, but not Godot, you'll have a slightly easier time, but will need to... No, I disagree with this. I tried. It was such a pain in the ass. Yeah, nope. I'm not sure why they keep trying to hijack other game engines with each new release lately, but I really wish they would stop. The standalone versions of the Makers are pretty amazing, but these things are pretty ridiculous. Unite, or as I affectionately refer to it, RPG Maker What the Fuck, was a great example of why this is a bad idea, and I'm pretty sure that this product will prove to have similar results. So far, I have not seen anything here that you cannot accomplish with a handful of free Godot add-ons. But my biggest concern is that I don't believe you can use C++ add-ons with this hijacked version of Godot. It really defeats the purpose. You can't argue extensibility when removing the same. Additionally, the documentation is nothing but a quick start tutorial, at least in English. For anything else, I have to learn Japanese, which I have no desire to do. These guys need to stick to what they are good at. This is not it. Wow, brutal. Ooh, I can't see what they're saying, but you know what? Here we go. I'm going to copy this. Let's translate it. Will you paste? Please paste. It's too complicated and the manual is insufficiently explained and the tutorial is thin. So it's hard to see how my ideas will take shape. They say they have translated the Godot functions because they might lead to misinterpretations if they do it on their own, but I hope they work together to translate them since it's pretty much just like Godot. I was still able to make the game the way I wanted, but with the previous version, so I'm disappointed for now. He's talking about Pixel Game Maker. Pixel Game Maker is way better. I'm ending up making a long video here, and I apologize, man. There's a positive one, but I can't read it. Browse all 27 reviews. I want to see the negatives only. Wow. So there's two people not happy about it. Well, at least, English speaking people. I don't know, all languages. I want to see how many there are in total. Wow, there's a lot of people not happy with this. And that's only out of 20 something people who bought it. Keep in mind, this thing is $100. No. You hijacked it, like that other person said, they hijacked another piece of software to make this. No. Bad GGG. Bad GGG. This was pretty much my honest feelings on this. What's bad is I want to leave a review, but I don't think I can because I didn't use yeah, I can't leave a review. So it's not going well. I apologize for this video being longer than I intended it to be, but I just realized that there was probably stuff to read on here. But yeah, it's not going well, is it? It's not going well. I didn't mean for this to end up going so long, but yeah, it doesn't look like it's going well. It looks like it's in bad shape. It looks like people are not thrilled with it. I don't know how many people have actually bought it, but the reviews are not are not well. It is pretty mixed. I don't know. I know that for me, it's a clusterfuck. It's bad. I know I'm being the typical loudmouth, rude American here, but it's not good. It's not good. So, sorry for this video being so long. This has been the goof. Yeah, I can't recommend it. Give them like a year. Maybe they'll figure shit out. you know? All right. I'm done. See ya.